Here's to being in your 20s and not knowing what you're doing or where you're going, where we know everything and nothing at the same time, where we aren't fully grown, but we are no longer kids. Today, we take time to acknowledge the 20-somethings. Welcome back to another episode of the 20-somethings podcast. I'm your host, Corrupts.
And I'm New Rev, a.k.a. you already know your boy.
I like how you just came in.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That was cool.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So how's your week? You know, we gotta break it down.
We're do the recap.
We gotta do the recap.
I don't even. My week is alright, man. It's regular.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say pretty good.
Nah, it's regular. I don't really know. I'm maintaining, you know. It's been cool. Been catching up on some shows, watching some new shows, and
yeah, you've caught up on The Chi.
I love The Chi, man.
We love The Chi. Shout out to Lena Waithe.
Lena Waithe. Yo, we love you. We are huge fans, and please give me an audition. I just don't. I need to diligently search for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I need to.
But you don't want just any role. Like, could you have played Luke James' role?
Nah.
Because you know it's money in that.
It is definitely money.
You know they're paying him.
Me personally, I don't think I could have played it because I'm just not gung-ho about that type of thing.
Yeah, but like you couldn't even act. Because this is the thing. I seen an interview with him and they were asking him, like, is it hard for you to play a role of, is he heterosexual?
I mean,
I get all that.
Yes.
Yeah, to play a heterosexual role. And they were like, it's hard to play a gangster. It's hard to play, you know, a father and you're not a father. It's hard to play. So he was just saying that, like, roles are hard to play, period.
Right.
So it's not, I feel like people just focus on, you're dating a transgender.
Like, well, I'm a heterosexual male. Because
I thought you're...
homo would be the same.
Oh, no, he's playing a sorry, so Luke James on The Chi is playing a homosexual male.
Yeah, I don't know what they would call that, technically. I don't know if he's considered... Is he transsexual? Because he's dating...
Only trans women?
I don't know.
Yeah, but regardless, he was saying, like, the roles are hard to play, but you feel like that's just something that's really, like, it might be just too hard for you. But so you did think his girl was a baddie.
I was like, yo, dang, she look good from behind. And I seen her face, I was like, oh, yeah, that is a man. Because I just thought that with the first the first few seasons, that he just was dating the same, because he was dating that one trans for a while.
Yeah.
Then I was like, oh, then when you broke it down, like, no, that's in his contract. Like, that's his role. Like, he dates trans women.
Right.
And, like, look, man, they need love, too. Like, we all need love. I mean, I'm not, this isn't a transphobic,
phobic platform.
Yeah, like, not at all. I just personally feel like I don't think I could be able to play that role and then have to deal with the outside perspective. You know what I mean? I just don't think I'm built for that. Like, I don't know. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I don't know.
You should be like Papa's, like, long lost brother.
That would be fine. I've thought about something like that. Yeah, like Papa's long lost brother.
Like his dad, even though his dad was a pastor, like his dad had a child previously in another relationship prior to Papa. Mm-hmm. And, like, you know, the death of the father brings you guys together.
Yeah, that would be ill. Yeah, I thought about something similar like that. I think it was something the other day. I was thinking, like, if I could be like Duda's, like arch nemesis from, like, back in the day. You know,
you can't handle Duda. I don't think you can handle Duda.
You're like, yeah, I had a whole crew now, but I'm also, like, way too young to be like Duda's arch nemesis. So right. I don't know, but, like, if I could do something like definitely like, yeah, like, you know, way to introduce me into it. Like, personally, I want to be a good guy. Like, I would like, I don't want to be the villain, but if I'm gonna be a villain, like,
it's too many bad guys on the Shy right now.
Yeah, they're eating it up right now. So yeah.
Who is your like favorite character?
That is so hard.
I know.
I mean, everybody for the most part is great. Like, they're just great at their roles, man.
Yeah, I feel like for a while, like Tiff. Yeah. But to me, Tiff is hard to figure out.
Yeah,
like she's Tiff. Hard to kind of to pierce. Like I don't know what she's trying to play. I don't even though if she's not trying to play anything, I just feel like I don't know, her mannerisms, nothing's clear cut with Keisha.
But Keisha,
I mean, with Tiff. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I love her authenticity and that rawness about her. Yeah. It's really cool.
And I think they purposely.
Absolutely. I forgot her name, so I think her name is like Hannah.
Yeah, it's something different.
Something different. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then you got Keisha, Burgundy Baker. Shout out to these women, by the way. Very beautiful, very talented.
Yes. Shout out to the Shy.
Shout out to the Shy, man.
My week, so I joined my church. Very emotional time. And I don't know why. It's like, and here's the thing. This is how you know the Holy Spirit is so real, because the church I go to, they have multiple locations, but the location I go to specifically is located in a high school in a auditorium. So the same feeling one would get going into the actual church is the same feeling I get going into a high school auditorium. And it's actually very crazy because I know that the Spirit is there. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm very aware.
I feel that.
So then he's like, okay, is everybody ready to join? Not like that, obviously, but he's like, you know, if you've been saved, you can still come and recommit. So I'm like, okay, mm-hmm. I go down there and I start to tear because I always get so emotional, like in God's presence. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's very odd. Well, maybe it's not.
I know what that's like. I mean,
because then I see people who are in church and they don't cry mm-hmm. and they can just rate you. Mm-hmm. And so why is that? Is it not in you?
It's just something in me that just doesn't exemplify high emotions. But I know people like that.
You immediately, you just feel so vulnerable. You feel like a baby.
I know. I be wanting to cry. Like, I be wanting to have that, like, but I just think it's just for different personalities. Like, me, I don't know. A movie would get me to cry more than the Holy Spirit, than a verse.
Did you cry when you got baptized?
No.
Oh my! See, these are moments that I feel like are just gonna be like a lot for me. Like, and so I go down. So I go down, and I think at first you gotta sit, and then he obviously was like welcome and whatever the case was. And in a Baptist church, they raise their right hand and they basically welcome you, and I just start to cry uncontrollably, and I cannot describe the feeling. It's very indescribable, but it makes me feel so vulnerable. I feel so weak, and I mean, when you think about it, it's like you can't be embarrassed in front of the congregation. To me, it's like if I'm submitting, if I'm coming down to the pulpit, if I'm trying to join and I'm trying to get baptized, and yes, I'm crying in front of complete strangers, and yes, it's okay. Mm-hmm. And initially I was like, damn, I just cried in front of all those people, but I was like, man, so what? Right. I cried, man, because I'm authentically like submitting, and I'm excited for the journey, but I'm so vulnerable. I can't control it.
I feel that. I feel that, man.
But then you got these people who, it's like, I want to be like you more. Like, I want
to be like you more.
I don't want to cry. I do not want to cry.
Some people it just hits them a certain way, man. Makes them cry. It's not saying that I don't feel that the Holy Spirit works through me.
Yeah, no, for
like
sure.
But I'm just not like, I'm not that type of person to where like I just don't be feeling the urge to cry. Like, I don't get sad. I'm more so like, it convicts me, it hits me. The word it pierces through me. It makes me reflect on things. It hits me emotionally. It's just not to the point where I'm gonna cry. You know,
I don't even think you cried when your brother got 10 years.
No. Well, yeah, that's just, well, that sucks, but it's emotional too. But it's still like, no, I'm not gonna. It just doesn't bring tears out of me. I don't know how to put it. You can't force tears. But I mean, you could, but I mean, even some
you shouldn't. You're not an actor.
Yeah. See, exactly. I was about to say, like, actors have to even think of moments that makes them like, you know what I'm saying, teary-eyed and cry, stuff like that.
Yeah, and I like that my mentor, we talked after service and she was like, listen, I mean, you can commit today and you could still go out there and have a drink. It's not saying that you're just supposed to be reformed and changed automatically. Like, and I appreciated that because when you think about baptism, and I said this before in the previous podcast, when you think about baptism, when you think about being saved and committing your life to Christ, Christians are looked at as this just perfect figure who can't mess up, who has to walk this straight arrow, when no, sometimes committing looks like committing to a church and then the next day you're out for happy hour. Now, I'm not saying that is right. I'm just saying that the journey, it takes time. It's not going to be just some quick, easy fix. Exactly. That's not what God is. And no, in those stories in the Bible, long sufferings, long sufferings. Jesus' disciples were all sinners. They all had different problems with them. So yeah, I was excited. I got a mentor. Her name's Joyce. I think she's such a sweet woman. It's very, and that's another thing. Being young in the church, you automatically are just vulnerable automatically. You're not coming there with family, you're coming there on your own. So, people, and I don't think this is a bad thing, but a lot of older people in the church, they might want to sway you to do certain things or to be a certain way. But you just have to know, like, what church home is for you. You shouldn't be trying to force things and they shouldn't be trying to force things on you. So that's something I was happy that I joined the church. Something I was happy about.
Amen. I'm proud of that.
Thank you.
Yeah, God is definitely working.
In me, right?
Oh man, man, it's amazing. He's definitely working through you. He's working in your situations around you.
Yeah. Yo, speaking of that, my situations around me. So I met with an ex. And now we honestly, women, we should stop meeting with our exes. It's not a real reason to go back. I mean, unless this is like a Shanti and Nelly situation and you want to just dabble back after 20 years. But the thing is, people don't realize it was 20 years. So it's like in them 20 years, they both probably thought they were going to be married to different people and engaged to different people. It's like having a life with another person. I don't know what I was trying to get out of this conversation. He was trying to meet with me for a very long time, and I finally was just like, okay, we can meet. And I just feel like, and I don't know if you can relate, but I feel guilty for choosing myself. I'm a person, I care how I affect someone else. So if you're a woman, you're wanting something for so long, it could be a marriage, a proposal, a family, whatever the case is. We wanted it for so long, and the other person kind of, wasn't really ready at the time, wasn't with it, didn't want to commit, whatever the case was. And then something clicks in them. Years later, something clicks in them. And now they want all the things you wanted back then. They wanted all the the little things and even the big things. They want that. The same things you wanted. And now you don't want it anymore. So now that comes with guilt. I'm like, shit, why don't I want it anymore? Why isn't this something I once yearned for? I don't want it anymore. And now I feel guilty because now you want it. And now I don't want it.
I just think it was a matter of I don't think it's a matter of you not wanting those things. I think it's from that person. Because it's like when you did want it from that person, they weren't ready to give it. And so your time for them to get ready to do that, to be that person, ran out.
Right.
And now, now that it's flipped, it's not that, those same standards, it's not that you don't want it, but it's just like you had your time. You know what I'm saying? So for that person, so it's like you can't, it's like, I mean, I think that's righteous. I think that's fine. I think either way, if it's up to you at the end of the day, it's your life. But I think that like, that's like somebody, if you continuously asking them, okay, I need you to be on time for work. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. And it's like, you give them chances, and they don't do it. You know what I mean?
You gotta fire them.
And then that's like you go back to your job and it being like, look, man,
I'm ready to be on
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like,
I'm ready to show up every day.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, nah, it don't work like that. And I'm glad you got yourself together.
Right.
But hey, we're done on this side. You know what I'm saying? So I think
salute to the that stick it out.
Really though?
Because you are at that point, I feel like you're committing to being like, okay, I know my man isn't where I want him to be, but I'm gonna wait it out. And sometimes
it depends.
They do turn into the man that they're supposed to be.
I think potential as it like
you don't think we can fall in love with potential?
I think you can, but I think like there has to be progressive. There has to be a progressive behavior towards that potential, towards the reality. Because it's like, okay, essentially you date and you like somebody and you guys are feeling each other and blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, cool. You don't really know the person, so you kind of are leaning on, what you gathered from them.
Right.
And then the potential.
Right.
But if that person is like stagnant and they don't really have like it was okay, you showed this 1 week or 1 month or 3 months, 6 months, but it's like you aren't really progressing, you aren't growing.
You have to to do better.
Yeah, exactly. And somebody could see that, and you know what I mean, do you stick around at that point? Did that person get too comfortable? Because I don't think that deserves someone to stick. I don't think a woman should stick around with a man that got too comfortable and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? I think there should be a forever, compulsion to grow.
But it's almost inevitable for a man or a woman to not get comfortable with like their relationship, their job. Like that
I think it happens more often than we tend to see the other aspect of it. But I don't know, for me personally, there's areas of my life where I've gotten comfortable and I've, recently had to start like, I'm saying, coming out of that comfort, that shell. Because you can't grow if you get too comfortable. And you take advantage. And it's like also like if you're in a relationship with somebody, you're taking advantage of them. Like by getting too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh man, I already know what she like. I already know what he like. All right, blah blah blah.
Yeah. I don't gotta try.
I ain't gotta try that. Like, no, you should be trying. You should be trying to figure out more.
Yeah.
So.
So I think I say all that to say, don't feel guilty for choosing yourself.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
It depends on the situation too. Like, the only reason you feel guilty is because you want what's best for that person. You love that person.
Facts.
But you know that you don't need that.
It's like we're not, and it's like I think you also reach a certain level of the reality. Like, okay, maybe we're not equally yoked,
Right.
or like we might be on a different path. We might be going different ways, and that's okay. It's like I don't think that breakups and falling outs have to be like such a negative thing. Like it could be, oh, you taught me a lot, I learned a lot,
right.
And we're good. Like it's good. We're done.
Facts. 100%. 100% agreed.
What do you can you give an actual synopsis on this like Kendrick and Drake thing?
Not really.
Not really.
Yeah.
What I will say is we cannot ever again underestimate Drake or categorize him for just being a singer.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like a lot of people think that Drake's just like this prim, light skin, Degrassi lover. Like, no, I mean, he can get down. Now, did he win? No. But can he get down?
Right.
Absolutely, he can get down.
He showed up.
He didn't back away.
For me though,
Drake did what some people might want J. Cole to do.
Exactly. 100% is what I wanted J. Cole to do. But hey, whatever. But like, I feel for me though, I'm questionable on Drake's artistry because I don't know if he's writing all his lyrics. I just don't know. I want to believe that he is, and I really do, but it's just been sort of these rumors come out, man, and it's like this is not the first time where it's been said that this dude doesn't write his music. Maybe his songs, like his sing songs, but his raps, I don't know, man. Maybe he does write his raps. Maybe he does, but maybe it's
so. Does he lose rank? Does he lose rank?
Yeah, absolutely.
What if it's What if it's like, okay, well, I wrote the second, the third, the fourth verse. And someone wrote my first verse in the chorus. Yeah. Like you think an artist or rapper specifically,
rappers
have to write their raps.
Yes, that is the fundamental of rapping. Singing is fundamentally your voice, which is why we don't condemn them for not writing their lyrics. But a rapper, like, what you mean you don't write, bro? It's like, what are you rapping in? You're just performing. You're just a good performer.
And he is a great performer.
He's a great performer. But I don't know. I guess maybe I'll never know, but I know that historically speaking, Take Care was not written by Drake.
You mean the album or the song?
The album, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was that whole album wasn't written. I think The Weeknd, if I'm being
allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly, if I'm being precise on the situation. So from there on, it's just like I don't really know. But I think Eminem said something about it. Eminem has said something about that too in an interview, like
about Drake.
About Drake's writing, like he can't put him in a, like he said he respects him and stuff like, but he can't put him in a bracket of being a GOAT if he doesn't write. So that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't know, bro.
I was watching a TikTok, a man's TikTok, and he was going around New York asking people, who was their favorite rapper alive, like right now.
Yeah.
And I was surprised because a lot of people said Eminem. And I just don't expect a person, not saying anything's wrong with Eminem, but I just don't expect, because he's not in much of the conversations, I don't expect people to be like, oh, he's the best rapper alive today.
M is not in a lot of mainstream combo, but in rap combo, like, and hip, he's always mentioned. Like, in every rap conversation I've had, M pretty much is always mentioned. And M is, to me, M is really, honestly, he's probably the greatest rapper ever. He's probably,
like, of all time?
Of all time, man. Eminem is more than, yes. And all that Lord Jamar stuff, bro, stop it. It's dishonest, bro.
Who's Lord Jamar? Put us on.
Lord Jamar is he's a legend, man. He was part of a legendary rap group, a Brand Nubian. Shout out to Brand Nubian, man.
Are they alive?
Yeah, they're all still alive. I grew up on Brand Nubian, dope early 90s, late 80s type of, hip hop, very conscious rap, and just, it was dope. They were cool. But I mean, if you really want to be technical even about Brand Nubian, everybody liked Grand Puba and most people, some people like Sadat X, but it wasn't really too many people that liked Lord Jamar, man. And so for Lord Jamar, 25 years, 30 years later to be having this outburst on M about his white nature being a rapper and not accepting it's crazy.
I think that's just a cop-out.
It's a cop-out to me.
Like, to say, anything, to discredit Eminem just because he's white.
It really is.
We should.
He does. Listen, Eminem grew up in the hood. Eminem, yes, he's white. We understand that. Nobody's not saying he's not white. But M has...
He knows it. He made 8 Mile.
Yeah. This man, being a white rapper, had to rap at his finest amongst black people, okay, in the middle of, a lot of Detroit, just ruckus, man. Like, he had to come with that heat. And he did. Yeah. And he still does.
And that's why he
deserves this.
Yeah.
And and then Lord Jamar would say stuff like, all right, niggas in the hood niggas is not saying Eminem is their favorite rapper. Yeah, I agree. I don't hear a lot of niggas in the hood talking about M as their favorite. But you know what I also don't hear from niggas in the hood saying? That M is bad. Yeah. That M is not nice.
Or he's whack.
I've never heard nobody say that, hood or suburb. So what is your point? Okay, niggas in the hood and the streets, and now, of course, M for me on a rapper level is, he's my favorite. But if you ask me, it's more so like for me personally, I'm an MF Doom fan, RIP. I'm a Mos Def guy, but M is in my top. You know what I'm saying? Nas is still in my top. Jay is still in my top. Sci-Hi. These guys, Pusha T, Wayne. I still got dudes that the hood still, recognizes and respect. And if you want to be technical, I don't feel like Sci-Hi the Prince and a lot of other guys get respect from the hood. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the stuff you hear nowadays, you know what I'm saying? If it ain't older heads or hip hop heads, they want to hear the younger generation stuff, man. These guys' favorite rappers now is Dirks and Lil Baby, and it's just a different.
There was some of that too.
Yeah, it's just different. It's different times. So you really can't put M. You can't say M is not. He don't deserve. That's just crazy to me.
Yeah,
man.
Imagine asking what's the hardest Lil Baby bar? If that's your.
I have no idea.
If that's your favorite.
I have none. I couldn't even tell you. I don't even understand what he's saying. These kids do. He's not for me. Yeah. I'm not gonna down Lil Baby, but he's not for me. You know what I'm saying? When he was first coming out, I did like his flow. I did like a lot of what he had going on. Like his swag. He was cool, but I didn't really understand his lyrics. Yeah. Because I couldn't really understand him. But I like I said, hey. But hey, whatever, man. Whatever.
So
I digress.
Exactly. But 8 Mile was great. 8 Mile was a great movie.
Perfection.
Precious.
I've never seen that. I have not seen that.
I have a funny story about this. Precious. Let's look I feel like Precious came out
20.
Because then I can.
What was that?
I just want to say a disclaimer though. My mom's not a bad mom. She's a great mom.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this movie came out 2009. All right, that. I was 8. I was 8 or I was turning 9. Or I was already 9. One of those. Okay. Precious comes out in the cinemas. Whatever. Precious came out 2009. Mom brings me to the movie theaters. We go see Precious. We're in the front row. Now, everything I'm saying has something to do with why it was just so traumatic. So, we're watching Precious. I'm 8 years old. And Monique, as the movie goes on and she starts parenting and she starts, speaking to Precious, I'm terrified. I'm scared. Like, I'm in the front of the movie theater, like, flinching. I'm 8, and mom looks over and she's like, "Are you okay? Like, is this a lot for you?" And I'm like, "No," because it's a movie.
Right,
it's just a movie. It becomes a lot. I mean, she throws the pan at her. Like, this is just abuse that I have never witnessed before. Like, I didn't even know that this was possible. So she ends up taking me out of the movie theater. We don't finish Precious. I don't watch Precious till years later. And obviously it's not that bad, as an adult, like what an adult watch or even a teenager watch. But at 8, that shit was like, shout out to Monique, man. Great actor. She played the god of that role.
She did her thing. Yo, Paul Mooney said something funny about, yo. Oh, man. R.I.P. Paul Mooney, man. Yeah, he had the funniest, like, skit on that. Not even skit, but like little segment on it. Because he said something about Color Purple, too. He was like, he said, man, he said something about, man, this movie, it was crazy. He's like, I couldn't even watch this. He was like, it was so bad. And he's like, then I watched Precious. He's like, he's like, what the? He's basically like, yo, he's like, I left the movie theater. He's like,
it's a hard watch.
He's like, and I mean, look, shout out to Monique. Look, she did great, all the acting. He's like, but he was like, what the heck was that?
No, seriously.
Yo.
I'm 8, like, yo, no way. I'm in the movie theater scared, fighting for my life. I'm like, no way.
Yeah, that joint's, yeah.
Any update on your dating life?
Nah, man, it's this girl I really like, though, man. I've been having, like, dreams about her, visions.
Man. Oh my gosh, are you fucking Raven-Symoné?
Nah, visions. Well, I guess you could call them visions, but it's like I just be having these scenarios in my mind, like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not where I want to be. You know what I'm saying?
Can we normalize that? Can we normalize a man not being where they need to be so they don't fucking pursue women?
Yo, the hard thing about it is it do need to be normalized because it's keeping it real at the end of the day, but it's also hard to be like, dang, I may not get to where I want to be in time before she
runs out, right?
And it's like, damn.
That's
why niggas do that.
Wow. You know what? That actually makes a lot of sense.
But you don't realize.
It's like, I don't want to miss out on you.
Yeah.
So let me try to be halfway in, halfway out.
Exactly.
It's so hard to date as a man.
It is, man. But any real like woman, a smart woman, she's gonna know you don't have it together. And that's when we go back to that conversation earlier about the whole potential thing. It's like, well, is he growing? Like, okay,
right.
He may not be making the most money, or he may not have a job right now, but okay, he's in school and he's doing good in school and he has his own place. Right. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Like, there are things. He works out. He takes care of himself. Right. He eats right. So, and he loves me. He takes care of me. He checks on me, blah, blah, blah. Like, when you weigh those out, it's like, okay, that's good. But at the end of the day, as a man, you have to have income coming in. And you have to have, like...
I think that's why a man stopped talking to me.
I'm not saying you gotta make 6 figures a year.
Right.
But you need to be making enough money to where you can be a husband.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
you can be a provider.
A provider. Like, all this dating and boyfriend and girlfriends, 7 and 10 years, stuff is corny, man.
You wouldn't be in a relationship for 7 years.
Not before I'm married, though. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, we're getting married in 2 to 3 years. Okay. Tops. That's not, yeah. There's nothing, absolutely not. That's not happening. That's unacceptable.
You think that's unacceptable?
That's unacceptable. Marry that woman, bro. And I'm not feeling this whole, let's normalize a woman proposing to a man. Look, if the I'm not going to front. Here's
one knee?
Here's my problem with that. It's a very effeminate action. Okay, that is just not cool. Second of all, you should not have that woman waiting that long to where she had to do that.
And then it'll be like 2 kids later.
Yeah,
and
that's crazy.
She's still waiting.
That's crazy, bro. Like, nah, marry that woman, bro. If you don't love her, then don't be with her. Yeah. But like, come on.
I was actually just there was a reality show, and they were basically in front of all their friends, and they were talking, and the girl was like, I don't understand. She's like, we have 2 kids. I also raised your kid that I don't, that I didn't give birth to. Mm-hmm. We've been together for years. We have combined finances. We live together. We've lived together for years. We go on vacations. We have, I think I already said, but like joint bank accounts. And so she was like, what is it? Why have you still not married me? And his answer simply was he wasn't ready.
That's crap. But how are you ready to... Whatever.
He was not ready.
Whatever. It's a show at the end of the day, but that it's based off real events.
Yeah, it's no, it's a reality show.
Oh.
Yeah. So no, this really happened.
That's crazy to me. Yeah, I'm not even gonna make sense of that.
Yeah, just couldn't fathom it.
Yeah. I got no girls on my roster though. And it'd be crazy when I'll be thinking about it. I'll be like, yo, I ain't got nobody on my roster. Like,
yeah. But I mean, be thankful.
I do be saying that. I'll be like, yo, it's good because at least, for one, I know what I want. I know what I'm not going to settle for. Yeah. And 2, it's like, I start with a clean slate.
Exactly. You don't have to have the conversation of, like, all right, we might have to stop talking,
Right.
Because I feel like, me and you are at 2 different stages in life. You are ready to settle down.
Well, mentally, I...
Yeah. You're not... I don't feel like you're at the stage where you want to juggle all these females.
No.
And I don't think I'm necessarily there, but I'm not ready to be in a committed relationship.
I feel that. You know what, though? I think about some of my friends, like my close boys, and some of my boys are, they've been chick magnets. You know what I'm saying? They
like throughout their life. It's just been easy for them to get girls.
To get chicks. Like that's like they get girls like it's no problem. And they get quality women. Like these are good looking chicks that they pulling. But it's like for me, man, I'm like, yo, I've always struggled to be that. Like I've never been a chick magnet. Yeah. So for me it's kinda like I just think that I need to, for one, like accept that. And like 2,
it's just your social media.
I'm a one woman. What'd you say?
It's just your social media. If you turned your social media up, but here's my thing. That's not what your social media is.
Right.
But that's what it is. It's like that's just the quickest way to find a girl or a guy is through social media.
Yeah.
And you just need a few pictures that turn you up.
Yeah.
And then boom, like you just go. It's in the DMs. It's like bitches want to act like they don't respond to their DMs. They don't answer their DMs.
No, they
don't acknowledge it.
For sure.
These hoes are acknowledging their DMs. I have fallen victim. I have fallen victim to opening up that DM. But it's like, okay, my husband be in DMs? Is that his way to get the girls? Would that be his way?
That's like...
But that's the quickest way.
That's the quickest way. It's like...
Because you're not seeing me in public.
Yeah.
There are women you will see at Euphoria every weekend. Bitches be at Euphoria. You will find them. They're not hard to find. It's just you might not see me outside. You might not find me out there.
Yeah.
You just gotta hit Euphoria. And let me tell you, 9 times out of 10, whether it's men or women, you hit Euphoria to be seen. You're trying to be seen.
100%. I didn't even know that spot was still popping. I thought that was like...
Yo, you just need one night in Euphoria.
I'm good. No, I don't. No, I don't.
Turn you up.
I'm good.
I'm like, oh my God, you got hands. Like, yo, you just need that. You got hand tags.
How many times you been there?
I feel like I've been to Euphoria one time. And I didn't even feel like I went in the good time because, like, now is the time to go. Because now the outside's open. You're outside. Everyone kind of gets the vibe. They got this thing. You ever heard of Napkin Wars?
No.
Okay. This is going to sound crazy. All right. Big things of napkins, right?
Okay.
Huge things of napkins. Just think of going to BJ's or something. Okay. That huge thing, $1,000.
Why?
Because that's what you're gonna throw. That's like a bottle.
I'm so sorry. I'm so
okay. So
I'm throwing money.
You're buying that. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but you're buying napkins to secure the section.
Oh.
So the section, say the section's like $800.
Yeah.
So that's $800 worth of napkins.
Okay.
Wow. So you're gonna give me a thing of napkins, and there's gonna be a certain time within the euphoria limits or whatever the time slots where you're gonna throw the napkins.
Why am I doing that?
It's in replace of money. Yeah, it's napkin war. So it's like if you see like
I see what's happening.
If you see like men and they got like
2,000 napkins, that means they got dough.
They done spent that on napkins.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's like
okay.
I mean the concept.
That is the dumbest shit I've ever. Yo, what the like? I mean,
no. This is what it is. We are spending $800. Correct me in the comments, but I could swear it was like $800 to $1,000 on like napkins. You know,
to show that you balled out for your section.
We balled out for these napkins.
Bottles included into the napkins?
That I don't know. That might be sold separately.
Damn.
But yeah, I mean, we're on top of the tables. We're on the couches. We're throwing the napkins.
This is the stupidest shit ever. Like, what in the hell?
But shout out to the Black creator who created that. I don't know who was the originator, but I mean, he found a way.
It's Black owned?
Yeah. Oh. I don't know if Euphoria is Black owned, but the concept of napkin wars, I think that's Black owned. Well, and I mean, they found a way to get paid. And I mean,
interesting.
They made a way. But yeah, I mean, if you were ever thinking about like upping the roster, you just need a night of Euphoria. That's it.
Yeah, but then it's the quality there. And I don't think that a woman that goes to the club is not a qualitative woman.
That's not what we're saying. But there are those women. They're throwing that aspect. They're in the section. They're throwing that back. We're with the hookahs. They're with the vibes.
Word.
And it's just like, granted, you as a man, you came out for the vibes. You came out to vibe out with your friends. You came out to maybe, get a chick or two. But it's like, were you going there to find your wife at Euphoria? Like, was that the goal for you?
I think we should rephrase that question. Nobody's going out looking for a wife. You're looking for a potential partner that becomes a wife. You're looking for a woman that you just get attracted to, or a man that you're attracted to. And then you guys talk it out, and you guys build, and then you realize, oh snap, I want to be with this person. 2-3 years down the line, you're like, I want to marry you.
Yeah.
I don't think it's you can't go into it like, I'm about to find a wife tonight.
Yeah.
So
that's what it is.
No, you can't. I mean, nah. I mean, whatever. I'm also at an age too. Like, I don't know, man.
You don't think that's your age bracket?
I don't know what age bracket's in Euphoria, but I've been hearing about it for a while now, and I could have sworn that was like an old place when I was like in high school, but
that's just not your scene now.
It's just not to say that I wouldn't go.
I think we would have a time in Euphoria.
I'd probably go with you there. Just to say I went,
Yeah, just to say because I think we went to a club together.
Nah.
Not a club. I mean, we probably go to bars, but that would be just so funny seeing him in a club. Like, that's hilarious to me.
Yeah, I'm like, yo. Yeah. I don't know. I'm different get his now. I'm different.
Two-step.
Nah, for real. Like, I really might two-step in that.
And I could see him looking around.
To sit down.
I could see him looking around, looking at these guys like, wow, like, just like, where am I? And
this is like Baltimore, Miami right now.
No, that is
it's like, yo, y'all turned up for a weekend, huh? Yeah, I mean, look, I've been on that scene, and it was cool. I was cool, but I'm about to be 30, bro. I'm 30.
Yeah. You'd be surprised. A lot of 30-year-olds are still in there.
I'm trying to go to a lounge or a bar and watch the game.
Yeah.
And I don't even watch sports. I'm only watching it at the bar. You feel me? Like, and have a nice little drink and sit. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? All the ruckus, the music loud as hell. You know what I'm saying?
And they not playing nothing but sexy. And shout out to Sexy Red. I'm not saying anything's wrong with that, but why can't I just ever get like some old shit?
Yo, y'all wanted to blast R&B, 90s and 2000s R&B, dog, that would be great. I'm all for that. But y'all not. Y'all about to play Sexy Red 100 times.
100 times. It doesn't stop.
Y'all about to blast Drake. And y'all not even gonna play no good Drake. It's gonna be what, not saying Drake's not, but like it's not gonna be nothing from like Views, or it's gonna be the trending Drake. It's gonna be something that makes you want to twerk.
Yeah.
And it's not.
And that's the thing. I have a hard time bending over and shaking my ass in the club. And honestly, I've been in a lot of situations where I'll be at house parties, or I'll be at the club, or I'll be at a lounge or a bar or whatever. And like my friend will just randomly be like, "Cut, yeah." And it's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to.
Ratchet, yo.
I don't want to. I'd rather be. Sit up in the club.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't want to bend over and shake my ass. Not only do I not have an ass, not only do I not have it, it's nothing back there, but I just feel like, what am I kind of inviting?
What are you putting out there?
What am I kind of putting out there? Now, out the country?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But local Baltimore club,
man,
I can't see it for myself. But shout out to you. I might hit that ass if I see it. But it's just I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I feel that. And I get it. Well, when I was like 16, right, the thing to do was to go to Bourbon Street.
Okay.
You feel me? And like that was fire. The only thing you couldn't do was drink. You know what I'm saying? But like fire. You know what I mean? Like that was a great time. You feel me? And you know, you get older, and I worked at a club / bar, like and you know what I'm saying? And then y'all been on that scene. You go to the Towson spots, you go to Federal Hill, you go to all these, and these are pretty much like a lot of these spots are bars, but they got a club like environment to it.
Yeah.
But like I personally do not want to be in. This floor be sticky and wet. Niggas done spilled 100 drinks on the floor. It's like, yo, man.
And you know what? You think when you're on social media and you see everyone outside, you're like, damn, it look fun.
Yeah, yeah.
But then when you're there, everyone's just on their phone.
They on their phone.
Everyone's on their phone. Everyone's too cool. But then when they get them drinks, they have to get the drinks in. That's what you gotta let time go by. You start seeing people's like really ratchicity.
The ratchicity
is crazy.
The spot me, Dwayne, and Garrison went to, right? And BK.
Brooklyn.
You walk in there, right? It was tight as shit. It was the tightest. I mean, it was mad tight, but it was like, you know, this was like your older clique.
Yeah.
So it was chill, right? But the music was dumb loud. It was just like, it was really nowhere to stand. You moving out of people. I hate moving out of people's way.
Yeah.
It's like you're doing this. Like you're making up your own dance.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
I mean, am I supposed to...
I almost got into a fight with this little freaking Jamaican nigga, like, because I'm pushing you out my way. But I'm not doing it the way I'm like, nigga. I'm like,
you hit his weight. Did you touch his back?
I touched his back, like, to move him. Like, because I wasn't facing his front. I'm walking behind him, so I touched his back.
Nah, you kind of bitched him.
Really?
Was it the lower back?
I don't remember. I just moved him. I just was like, yeah.
Nah, you kind of bitched him.
Well, anyways.
Excuse me, mama. Like,
anyways,
that's kind of bitching him.
All right, well, anyways, nigga, I said excuse me.
He kind of looked at you?
No, that nigga tried to get all tough for me.
Oh?
Yeah, it was just like, yo, I'm looking at him like, yo, like, I'm gonna fuck you up right now. Like,
wait, what
I'm
did
like,
you
yo,
say
I'm like, dog, I said excuse, it's loud. So I'm like, yo, you wasn't moving. I'm like, I said, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm moving you.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? You don't touch
people
me.
are
Don't
too.
touch.
People are too angry in the clubs.
And Dwayne said something. He saw me like, yeah, I brushed him, like, did that, and like, yo, get on my feet. All right, whatever, because I'm about to knock you out.
Right.
And Dwayne like pulled him to the side. He's like, yo, something like he says. He told me. He's like, yo, you leave my son alone. Something. You don't leave my son. Something bad gonna happen. Like you, but
my father said that.
Yeah, we gonna this nigga up, bro. Get out of here, like. We will beat the shot. And me personally, I'm going to throw you, bro. Like, I'm going to throw you. I'm a powerhouse.
But that is so many, like, angry lost souls. Like, why are you mad that you're in a position where it's a crowded area?
You're in the aisle. You know the bathroom, right? Yeah. But
whatever. But same thing with bitches. Bitches be outside in the club, mad, angry inside. They got some little liquor in them. They feeling a little liquid courage. Yep. They with their homegirls. And it's just like, girl, relax.
Because we could go over there right now.
Like, wait, why? Why?
Why?
And what? And for what? Okay, let's get into the 20-somethings questions.
That's funny.
All right, this is, again, another fill in the blank. Kind of similar to last week, not really. Okay, as I get older, I hate. Now, this is strong. Hate is strong. So, let me go first. As I get older, I hate loud people in the morning. I hate a person, and not only loud, but I hate a person who literally recites like a whole autobiography loud in the morning. Like, just in the morning, you have a whole story to tell. Mm-hmm. Like, why are you even, like, speaking to me so early?
Right.
Like, why isn't it in the morning, you come into work or wherever you gotta go in the morning, and it's just like, good morning. Whatever happened to just, good morning?
And yeah, what's up with all the story time?
What is up with the story time at 7 a.m.?
Yo, shut up.
That kills me. Like, please do not speak to me so early, so long. Keep it very short, very concise. Now, when it hits maybe 10.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Okay, we can reconvene. Right. But right now, absolutely not. Because all you're going to get from me is, Dag. Damn.
That's crazy.
Shit. That's it. What about yours?
Yo, that's a good one, actually.
And it happens a lot in my job, and like, I can't stand it. I cannot stand it.
The older I get, the more I hate that as Black people, we have been so programmed to make white people feel comfortable. And I hate that because I'm like,
I might be guilty of that.
Well, yeah, I mean, we all are, but I'm starting to wean out of that.
Like you're not, what is it? Code switching?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like the code switch. I'll tell you what, let's do this. The older I get, the more I hate code switching.
I like that.
Yeah, no more code switching.
Do you feel like you have to do that often?
I have had to do that often, and I feel like by fault, I would do it because that's just how we've been programmed.
Yeah, we have. Like, cause I just feel like if we truly have show up in our Blackness,
yeah, man,
they're not gonna know how to respond.
Facts.
It's gonna make them uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I'm talking from a person who has now been working in corporate America for about 2 years. And I totally get what you're saying. Yep. They would be shocked to know who I really am.
Oh yeah, and I mean, look, you got bills to pay, you got rent.
Yeah, like, facts. And this doesn't mean be ghetto, because that's not what we mean.
It's a whole different.
We're just. Let me tell you, when you're Black, you know what it means to operate in your Blackness.
Exactly.
You know what that means. Yep. Like, that's not foreign to you. You know exactly what we're talking about. Like, and now for a white person, that instantly might mean, oh, this bitch is ghetto.
Yeah, for real. Like, oh, they were pretty aggressive today.
Yeah.
It's like, no,
really, really, Kathy, I was aggressive.
I was like their terms are so
I hate that.
detrimental, man, that like they just throw them out there loosely because they can't take it. Like it's because of their program to be prejudiced.
Hood.
And
Hood.
It's like, yeah, I am keeping a little hood right now. So what? Why is you scared of that?
Yeah.
But they be want to say nigga, they want to listen to rap music, they want to be on the same scenes as us, but you afraid of that so-called, like you don't know how to handle black.
Yeah, and I respect. I have a coworker who literally she from the city, she doesn't hide it. Now she's very in the know about corporate. She was a CO for years. You know, she's now working at where I work, and she knows the ways of corporate America. But she does not change. She's loud. She's vocal. She says what's on her mind. She says what she has to say, and she does not code switch it. But for now there's another coworker who is black. Well, she's mixed. And before she has said, like, she just doesn't realize like this is still work. She has said that about, the coworker that I feel is vocal or whatever. But it's like, no. What you gonna be like? But you're fake.
Exactly.
People have no clue who you really are.
Right.
They know exactly what they're getting with her, and I have to respect that.
Yep.
Because there must have been a time in the vocal coworker's life where she was like, I don't give a shit. This is who I am.
Cause you go home, man, and you gotta put this costume on every day. That's stressful. Yeah. That's annoying.
Tabitha Brown talked about how like she was literally getting sick. She felt like she would like internally feel sick for her code switching for years. She was doing this shit for years, and she got tired.
Wow.
And now when we look at Tabitha Brown, she is damn near Michelle Obama.
Yo, who is that?
Tabitha Brown. Yeah. You gotta look her up. Tabitha Brown. She now has like, she first of all, she went vegan.
Oh, word.
Yeah, so she promotes health. She promotes blackness.
Word.
She just literally lives in her truth, and but she explained how like that shit literally internally got sick for her. And so I feel that. Because at what point are we like, yo,
we need to cut it off.
We need to cut it off.
Stop. That's why that movie I just watched, man. Yo, shout out to that movie, The American Society of Magical Negroes. Very interesting film, very well needed. But the message of the movies is, if we spend our entire lives trying to make them comfortable, then we're only going to end up with regrets and that eternal sickness that we're depriving ourselves, man.
Yeah. So, and it's like they don't switch for
us. And they're not switching for us.
Like white people are white people day in, day out. A Karen is going to be a Karen day in, day out.
Facts.
Like we should be able to say, no, Sally, that joke wasn't funny.
Exactly.
It wasn't funny.
Yeah, that joke was whack. Like
I didn't find it. Why do we have to fake laugh? Why are we? And listen, I fall subject to this. I'm probably gonna do this shit on Tuesday when I go back to work because that's just.
It's the programming.
That's just
we have to rewire it. We have to rewire it, and acknowledging is the first step to changing it.
And to be quite honest, I feel like we have some of the best slangs, some of the best nicknames for things. Mm-hmm. And we can't use that in corporate America. They're looking at you like, what are you saying? Imagine like your boss is telling you something and, it's so unbelievable. You're like, cap.
Right. No, I mean, like.
So, like, did you just say something derogatory towards me?
Yeah, and I mean, like, you don't have to be so. You don't have to really do the ebonics.
Yeah.
But it's like the whole, like, the white voice.
Yeah.
And that, like, stop the white voice. The laughing and always smiling. Like, no. No. Or being upfront, being real. It's a process. Yeah. It's practice.
Because one thing about it, these white people are rude as.
Yo,
they're not even gonna say good morning to you. They're gonna want to know.
They walk right in.
They don't. Oh, they don't say excuse me.
Them niggas do not say excuse me, yo.
It's like their manners. Yo. They see mannerisms go out the way. Excuse me, what? Like, please. I would never say please to you.
And yo, me being in jujitsu now, like I know how to defend myself a lot better. Yeah. So like I'll be finding myself sometimes in public. I still kind of move out of a person's way because that's how I am. And most of the time it's a white person. Yeah. But I'm about to start just standing there. Like, why you didn't say excuse me? And I'm really about to start doing I know I am because I can feel it being at this limit. Like I reached, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, like nah, man, you feel me? Black everything, man.
Like have we had enough? Have we had enough? We've been had enough.
we have. We've been had enough. Some of us may not know it, but you've had enough.
You've had enough. Stop the code switching.
Stop it. Shout out my white English teacher that actually first day of class in college, actually, she gave us an article on code switching.
Really?
Absolutely. And Black Vernacular English, BVE.
Wow.
Yep. And that's how I found out about it. It's 2017, 2018.
Cause and it's so fucked up. Like we're really trying to make another race feel comfortable that have always made us feel uncomfortable. Always X'd us out. Always treated us as if we're less than. We're trying to make them comfortable. And that's so fucked up.
America literally used to say that a black person was 3/5 of a man, bro. Like, that's historically documented.
What does that really mean, though?
That means you were not given full rights as a man. So if you're a full man, 5 out of 5, let's say, you know what I'm saying, a white woman and a white man would be considered 5 out of 5. But a black man was considered 3/5. So you're essentially
half of a man.
Yeah.
Well, less than.
A little bit more than half. A little more than half. So you're not even really. Yeah, you're not really. We don't look at you fully like you're a human. Essentially, you're not getting full man rights.
Okay, corrupt comments. This is from the Crash Dummies podcast.
If you woke up in the year 2050, what is the first thing that you would Google?
Where the hoes at? Oh man, stop playing with me. You guys definitely know where the hoes at.
Not like why you're like
where the hoes at. 2050. What's the first where the hoes at? 2050. He has to be like less. He has to be like 20 or younger. 2050 is the year of 2050. You have a Google now. Google search. Somebody gave you a computer. Google's still around. What's the first thing you're Googling?
Space elevators. And this is a biased question, honestly, because there was a show that came out back in the day I used to watch called 2050, and it was a 3-part series, and it was based off a book by my favorite theoretical science physicist, Michio Kaku. Shout out to him. He created a book called Physics of the Future, and then they made a 3-part series on the Science Channel based on the book, and pretty much incorporated all that he talked about. So things like, if you died on the scene, or if you had an injury on the scene, like before the ambulance would get there, like you're essentially where you would live, would scan your body to the ambulance already, and they could begin working on you before they even go. Like it's something crazy. Space elevators.
What is this? So a space elevator, is it taking me from different dimensions?
No. It's just simply what it is. It's an elevator that you would walk in, and it will shoot you right up to a space station. Yeah. Essentially, it would be connected to either a space station hovering over the Earth or the moon. I believe in the show they had it. It would be a space station, and then you could go to the moon, which, yeah, it was a really cool series, actually. I gotta watch that again.
I think the first thing I might Google is, who's the president?
That's a good one.
I would want to know who is governing us, to be honest, in 2050. Or will we even need someone to govern us?
It'd be like a one world government at that point. Yeah. I would want to know too, who has the best functional quantum computer, or can I buy a quantum computer at this point? At that point,
and what does a quantum computer do?
oh, it would. Man, y'all would need to look it up, like seriously. But a quantum computer essentially would give a fully functional one would give you access to all the atoms in the universe, and so what that means is that you could essentially, manipulate time. You could build a portal possibly.
Has one been created before?
No, they're already existing. But it's a race right now between a lot of big tech companies on who's gonna have the official, like the first, like fully functional quantum computer. Right now it's just basic stuff like performing calculations that would take a traditional computer millions of years to.
But like one button couldn't kill us.
No.
In that computer. Like the space bar couldn't knock us out.
No, but like it wouldn't be that. You wouldn't even be having a space bar. Like it wouldn't be buying. It would be like it's beyond binary. It's just like, you know what I'm saying. Like you have like, I don't even know how it would look. But quantum computers now, the way that they look, I can only imagine it wouldn't look like that in 2050. Yeah. But they have a way for you can access it. Like it has to be really cold. It's this really cool looking like coiled a bunch of wires just like coiled on this like gold thing, and
and you can like control time.
Well, not now. Not now you couldn't, but that's a theory I believe, because I believe that with the quarks, which are quarks are like atoms but in a quantum realm, you could be able to control those or get access to a portion or some type of framework or some type of aspect of that allows you to control time, which I like. Some people feel that time exists in the fourth dimension, and that is where quarks operate. So you may not be, I don't know, and maybe I exaggerate by saying that. You wouldn't be able to control time, but you could create something out of the fourth dimension. So, like, I could be able to be like, oh, if a tornado's coming, I could stop it from coming.
With that quantum computer.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so.
Yeah, whoever gets hands on that, I need them to be like the most fucking responsible person ever.
Oh, exactly. I have a theory that with nanobites and quantum computers that you would be able to resuscitate a person's life or a limb. If they lost a limb in the war, and it could go back to many years, because with these atoms, with you having access to all the atoms in the universe, you'd have access to all the quarks, of course. And so you can go back in time to a point where like a soldier lost their limb. Yeah. And the nanobites in the computer data would be able to take that data, and then you could use a 4D printer to bring it into the 3D, and then you got your
a lot of nerd talk.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yo, the thing about death, because I had a coworker that I was relatively close to, passed away. And here's the thing about a coworker's death. It's like, no, this isn't a family member. No, this isn't a close friend, but you see these people every single day. You go to work with these people. You know their mannerisms, you know their behaviors, you know when they're happy, you know when they're sad, but you don't, like, it's like almost like you still don't know them.
Facts.
And what I've been realizing is a lot of people I work with, I feel like they have certain health issues that they don't disclose, which is fine because this is just work. But then you get situations where you see them on Saturday, which I did. I see my coworker on Saturday, and she was gone by Monday. And I just hate the fact that death's so permanent. Like, I hate the fact that there's no emails, there's no calls. Like, after somebody dies, it's just done.
Yeah.
You never talk to them again. You never see them again. Like, it's like, why does death have to be so permanent? But then, we also look from a biblical standpoint, and it's supposed to be like this positive, somewhat positive thing, because hopefully you would make it to heaven, but then it's like down here you got people that they're depressed over it. They kill themselves over that. It's so permanent. And that's I just hate that about death. I hate that death is so permanent.
Yeah, man. And from a biblical standpoint, we were never meant to die. So that makes it even more like, wow.
Right.
The fact that even is...
We were supposed to live for forever.
Forever. And it was just like, wow.
That damn Eve.
That whole... we screwed
Eve.
up big time.
Like, yeah. Eve really fucked up huge.
Yeah, but so did Adam, man. Because as a man, he didn't lead.
But how was he supposed to know that she was going to do that? I mean, the serpent literally was like persuading her.
For one, he should have knew where his wife was. 2, he didn't have to eat the apple after she was beguiled. He didn't need to...
Do you think things would have been different if he didn't eat it either?
I do believe that God would have just killed her. I think he would have just killed her.
Like, Eve, you got to go. Get up out of this garden now.
And then he would have gave Adam another woman. I've never thought about that. Want to probably think about that some more, but in a hasty response, I believe that's what would have happened. Yeah, that's what would have happened. So. Yeah, so man, it's interesting, man.
Yeah, rest in peace to my coworker, man. This is the second coworker in about 6 months.
R.I.P. to Jay Grams as well, man.
Yes.
Just gone but not forgotten, man. Baltimore legend, man, in the making.
And that's the thing. It's like, if you do gotta go, at least you left.
Yeah, facts.
Things on earth, whether it was music or art or a TV show. At least you left something here, because some people, they just only dream about it, or they only, it's only an idea to them, or it never gets put out. They got all this music or all these ideas that never get executed. And, I appreciate the creators that here or gone, that they actually just did it. They put something out, they had something to show for themselves. So yes, rest in peace, Jay Grams. Let's end the pod. We got some cookouts to go to. Well, I know I do. Memorial Day weekend. So it's something about your 20-somethings that
make you want to live in your truth.
Yeah. No more code switching.
No more.
If you see this and you think you're a code switcher, you are. If you even think you are, you are.
You are. 9 times out of 10.
You are. It's something about your 20-somethings that makes you hate death. I'm not gonna lie. I just hate to see people go. I hate to see people that I've seen every day, or people I've talked to every day, or even not even every. It doesn't even have to be every day, but just people that are in my life. Like, it sucks to see them go, and it sucks that you don't ever see them again. So
it's something about. I'll piggyback. So then it's also something about your 20s that makes you appreciate life.
Yeah. Because we only get one. So do what you got to do. If you want to be in euphoria shaking that ass, hey, that's your legacy.
Then be the best ass shaker.
Be the best ass shaker in euphoria ever.
For real.
Be the best napkin thrower ever.
That's so stupid.
Tune in next week to another episode of the 20-somethings podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in.